Again, my recommendation is to get a rough picture. The eccentricity is a little bit difficult to understand at this point, but let me get a rough idea what this looks like. So the foci are at 0 plus or minus 4. So I'll put them over here. And I'm going to say, it looks sort of like this over here. I'm certainly exaggerating it. And this is the y-axis over here. All right, so that's my picture. And so I know the major axis. I may not know this point or that point or this point or that point yet. But let's just talk about what it would look like. And I'll write this over here as, x squared over something plus y squared over something is equal to 1. And that's important I got that part done, right? And so why do you know it's that? I know the center, just looking at my rough picture, is 0, 0. And then what do? I look at this thing and I say, do I remember what the eccentricity is? And it's the letter E, and it says E is 3/8. I'll write this over here. E is 3/8, the eccentricity of this thing. Yeah, so like the deviation from the roundness of it. And it does a definition, and the definition of it is the C over the A. Now, someone can say, do you know what the C is? I do. And the reason that I know that this point here is 4 units up from the center. So really what's going to be, it's going to be 4 over A. All right, let me go through that with you. So what do you get over there? You get 3/8 is equal to 4 over A. Wow. What do I get there? I get A, and this would be 8 times 4, which is 32, over 3. And it's a nasty number. I'm not going to say otherwise. It's just a nasty, nasty number. And what do I got to do there? Well, I got to put it down. And the A is the thing along the major axes now. And that's going to be 32/3. That's not so bad, but I don't know this. I'll put down B squared. What I do know, though, is that 32/3 minus the B squared, which I don't know yet, is going to be equal to the C squared. And what's the C again? It's 4. So 16. All right, we'll clean this up later. I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. 3 times 16 is 48. I think I made a mistake somewhere. And I got to think what I just said. Oh, I'm sorry. I made a mistake here. This is 32/3 squared. Sorry about that. That's the A squared, I mean. My mistake. Got to go back and revise it. And someone said, how did you make a mistake? I'm looking at my equation. It doesn't make any sense. Wow, it's kind of nasty looking, isn't it? Now let's write it down. So 32/3 squared minus 16 is equal to B squared. All right, I'm going to keep going through that. I'm going to do something a lot of people think is strange. I'm going to factor it. And what do you get? 32/3 minus 4, 32/3 plus 4. That equals B squared. And I got to go through some arithmetic here. I know the numbers don't look very nice, but I'll go through it anyway. What do you get there? You get 3, common denominator. You get a 3 here, common denominator. That's B squared. Let's see, 32 minus 12 is 20. Let me stop for a moment. 3 times 4 is 12. Yeah, 20. And then you get, let's see, 32 plus 12, which is 44. Wow, that's a nasty looking number, isn't it? And what do you get there? 3 times 3 is 9. And then what do you get there? 20 times 44. I'll write that down for you. $880 equals B squared. All right, so let me go back over here. And I think I'm ready to write it down. And I'll try to do it over here. So it's going to be x squared, 880 over 9. I'll clean that up though, don't worry. Plus y squared over 32 thirds squared. Put the square here. All right, I realize a lot of students are looking and saying, I wonder what you did over there. I'll go through it. If this was an exam question though, this is equal to 1. I probably would leave it there, or maybe multiply both sides by 9 to make it a little bit easier. All right, so I don't think I'd go through a bunch more work at this point. But I do want to go through, looking at the answer here, that if I were looking at that and wondered, you know what? That's exactly what I did. Let me do that. I can multiply both sides by 9. Let me go through that. What do you get? 9x squared, I'm multiplying both sides by 9, over 880 plus 9y squared, and that's going to be equal to 9. And now I got to do 32, because I probably would do that if I was taking an exam. 32 squared. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 2 is 6. And 3 times 3 is 9. You get 4. You get 12. 10, 24. And I think... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong answer. I was wondering. I was looking at this saying, how could that be? So I'm looking at this one over here. Sorry about that. Happens to be, I look at the wrong K. 9x squared over 880, which I would say that's why I'd write it down. 9y squared over 1024. Oh, I see an error in my K. This should be the number 9 here, and I'll correct it. All right? Thank you.